تحية لفاطمة الموسوي اللي في 2012 فازت بجائزة سفير نشر المحبة من المشروع الوطني للشباب. تفضلي دكتورة.
Hi, good morning. I was around 6 playing in our garden, and all of a sudden the sky changed colors into different hues of orange and grey, and I heard a loud bang. I went inside in horror and told my mom, I think the world is about to end. She told me not to worry, it was just a seasonal storm, and instead I should be happy because it was about to rain, blessed rain. And I thought to myself that it was a magical thing. Maybe I can collect some of this water and make a wish. So I rushed into the kitchen and got a cup and placed it on our porch. And I remember looking at the cup and trying to figure out which drops were going in. My mom told me to go and play inside. And I did. After a few hours, I remembered my precious water. So I rushed outside to find it knocked out without a single drop. I was very upset, heartbroken, because I knew exactly what I wanted to wish for. I wanted to be wise. Not that at this age I understood what wisdom was, but in every story there was this wise person who solved the riddles, a wise person that people seek, and I thought I wanted to be that person. A few years later, Kuwait was invaded, and this was the first time I felt a sense of loss. The first time I really knew what it was like to have a country, and I really knew how much I loved Kuwait. And my mom at that time realized that she wanted to continue her education. So after liberation, she enrolled in evening classes to study her high school in order to continue her education. And later on, we went outside Kuwait so she can get her degree. Our first destination was Canada. So my mother with 6 children left Kuwait with my dad still working here, and we went to this faraway land. I didn't speak a lot of English, and for some reason my mom had to, for visa applications and different things, she had to leave us in Canada. And being the eldest, and I was 13 at the time, I was left in charge of 5 other siblings. I became a mother almost overnight. In a land that is not our own, with a language that I didn't speak really, and with a totally different terrain, from a desert to a stormy winter, very cold. My mom went on and off for several times. The maximum was maybe a month or so, and she made arrangements for babysitting and dropping off and picking up, but still I felt a great sense of responsibility, and I felt I was in charge. And this made me realize the strength that I had, and made me think, you know what, I want to go beyond that. I want to have a sense of responsibility for something bigger. And I made a pledge to myself that I'm going to change the world, okay? So it became my life purpose. And I might not be all that wise, but I found great wisdom in pursuing purpose. It gives you a sense of strength, it makes you focused, and it navigates you through life. When you know that you are following your purpose, you can survive almost anything. A year later, we went to London. And in one of our science classes, our teacher showed us a video about a scientific breakthrough, how scientists were able to genetically engineer bacteria to create human insulin and save thousands of lives. And in that moment, I decided I wanted to be a geneticist. I wanted to save lives. So at age 24, I had 2 master's degrees, one in genetics and one in bioinformatics. So genetics basically is the study of genes. So the blueprint of life is coded within a DNA script consisting of 4-letter alphabet that spells out the different genes, the units of hereditary. And those genes are translated into proteins. And proteins make up all the biological functions. They are part of the cellular structure. They are our antibodies, enzymes, and hormones. So basically, that is for genetics. When it comes to bioinformatics, on the other hand, it's a multidiscipline. It combines computer science, engineering, statistics, and maths to help understand and interpret biological data in order to make sense of all this information. So basically, I see things in code. Okay? So I always think about the source code, the process, and the output. Input, process, output. And coming back to, in analogy to genes, there's a concept of memes, which is a unit of culture. And it is basically the different ideas we have. Sometimes it's a slang or a song, whatever size it may take. And similar to genes, they can be inherited, replicated, mutated. Okay, so it's difficult now to study memes, but not far into the future, we'll be able to download our thoughts and maybe look at them, just as we look at the genetic code, and try to see where one idea starts and another ends, how they associate together, and how we can spread them and create memes that will be conserved and passed on better. Until then, I've really found my passion in understanding behavior and linking the two worlds. So I came to Kuwait at age 25, full of passion, really wanting to make a difference, but I felt that science was moving too slow for me. So during my years studying PhD, I decided to volunteer. First, it started as an individual act, and I wanted to guide others as well as I wanted to be guided. And then it grew into a team, and now it's a non-profit organization. The idea of I called it Spread the Passion, to reflect my passion for giving and how I wanted to spread. It was an action that I wanted to stick in people's mind. One of those memes, I guess. So Spread the Passion connects volunteers to opportunities while developing their skills. I found my purpose in life in trying to help others find their purpose. So, and within passion and giving, if you have passion, it's easy to give. And if you give, you sometimes find your passion. They seemed very interchangeable. They seemed very connected, like the strands of DNA structure, like the double helix of purpose. And in pursuing purpose, I thought about the balance between your individual me passion and pursuing that, and between giving to the community with the we. So it's an act of balance between the two, developing yourself and developing your community. So basically, with this thought in mind, I really wanted it to continue and grow. I didn't want it to stop with me. You might still think, why give? Okay, I think it's obvious, but still I'll answer just in case you have that question. When you're giving, you're actually helping yourself before you help anyone else. For if you want to give time, you have to get organized. If you want to give money, you have to earn. If you want to give knowledge, you have to learn. So giving helps you as well as it helps others. And this is something that we need to spread. You've heard of the saying, when you give, you should receive. So if we all give, then we will all receive, and faster and much better. Going back to my purpose, I really wanted this to continue on, way beyond me. I didn't want it to be just when I'm present. I wanted to outlive me way into the future. So I thought, again, going back to our mind machines, to transform people into passionate givers, we needed a process. The input, the process, the output again. So in that process, I thought of something that actions. It had to be something small so it can be remembered. So I called it basic. And these actions are a process of transformation. I call them the basic steps to spread the passion. They are to believe, achieve, share, inspire, and coach. And I lived through those, and I'll tell you, coaching others to find their purpose in life is an amazing experience, far beyond your imagination. And it empowers them to do the same for others. So my purpose now is much bigger than collecting raindrops in a cup. It's much bigger than me. It's something that I need you all to be involved in. We need to all foster this culture of giving, to think about every day, what is my passion and what can I give? So let us all be vehicles of change to spread this meme of giving, to spread the word and spread the passion. Thank you.